So Mo Better, Malcolm X. What was next?
He Got Game.
He Got Game.
Inside Man.
Inside Man. Then
Yeah.
okay.
That's the 5. Right. It's a blessing we done 5, but I've never thought about like we'll be here talking about a movie we did, talking about the film we did 30-some years later. You know, it's just keep it moving.
Somebody's got Trey.
What do you mean
Somebody's kidnapped our son.
$17.5 million in an all-black Jordan backpack.
Try me if you think I'm playing.
I ain't got.
There was a lot riding on that film.
Like your neck, our necks.
Oh, let me tell you a story. I know you know this, Denzel.
Go ahead.
On my own.
Had to go to Chicago.
I called Minister Louis Farrakhan and said, I would like to have a sit down with you. So I got on a plane, went to Chicago, and I had a beautiful lunch with the minister. And he said to me, Spike,
People love the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
He said, I don't care what you do with our brother Malcolm, but be very careful. Be very careful.
What you say about the Honorable?
What you say about Honorable Elijah Muhammad? So, because I didn't want the fruit of Islam
in front of your house.
Nah, on the set.
Right. Oh, okay.
On the set.
Okay.
And then another thing about one of the greatest performers ever. But the thing that, in addition to that, ended the film with Nelson Mandela in Soweto. And we had the script. It was really a paragraph from Malcolm's book. And he says, Spike, you said, Mr. Lee, I cannot say by any means necessary. He said, I cannot say that. I said,
That's what Mr. Mandela told you?
Yeah, he said, I cannot say that. And it wasn't until late that day, I said, he can't say it because he's going to run for president. And they would use that. The Afrikaners would use that against him.
Right.
But I knew I had the film of him saying that. So that's why the film goes from Mandela to Malcolm saying it by any means necessary.
Didn't know that. Learned something new today.
And to think that the man spent 27 years locked up in Robben Island. And he said the autobiography of Malcolm X, as told to Alex Haley, was something that kept him going.
Oh, right. When he was
in prison for 27 years. And another thing, my brother, there were times where we had to pinch ourselves. Not just me, the crew and the actors. There's one particular scene where Denzel, it's a speech, 1,000 extras. And I'm looking at the sides, which is a script, and I'm getting ready to tell my brother, Ernest Dickerson, call cut. And he kept going. And Ernest saying to me, we're gonna roll out film. And then I said, cut! I walked up to D, I said, D, what was that? You said, I don't know, Spike. And your eyes were glazed over on my father's grave. I said, what was that? You said, I don't know. And here's my point. My brother here knew that he had to do the work, because when you do the work, especially when it's a biopic, you have to allow the spirit of that person come into you, isn't it? Because it's not just, impersonating by. He did the work so the spirit of Malcolm could come into him. Otherwise, it's just gonna be, you had the makeup, the hair, the costume. But that's surface.
I don't have any favorite moments. That's not how I work. I work from the inside out. I have God-given ability, and I use my God-given ability to the best of my ability. The older I get, by the grace of God, the better I get at what I'm doing. And I don't think the world has seen my best work yet. To God be the glory. That's where I'm at, spiritually, mentally, physically, psychologically. I don't look back. I'm pressing forward. Man gives the award, God gives the reward. You heard what I said? Man gives the award, God gives the reward. I'm interested in the reward. That's what phase of my life I'm in. Great, all the movies I made. Great, all the success we had. Great, the one we're doing now. But without a purpose, what's the point? We live in chaos now, a world of chaos. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody's an opinionaire. Everybody's the most important one to themselves and to everyone else. Everyone wants to be seen. They want to be heard. They want to be recognized. I don't care about any of that. I wasn't put on this earth for that.
11 a.m. board the 4 train on the money-making Manhattan.
You let him go, I make sure you set free.
It's too late for all that.
It's never too late.
I read the script. I thought of Spike. I called Spike. He took over. He can tell you everything from that point on. I just knew he was the guy, and he said yes. And I said,
I didn't take it.
What you said, how'd it go?
In a millisecond, I said yes. And all kidding aside, getting that phone call from my brother was one of the many blessings he's given me. And to be honest, I did not know Inside Man was, 16, 17 years gap.
Right.
It never occurred to me, like, there's this gap. And I think that's a testament to the bond we have. Like, we don't have to be up each other's face and this and that. You know, we go to Nick game together. And when the Knicks in LA, I get a ticket. We'll sit next to him.
Plus, he hiring my son now. He don't call me. Now he calls John David. Don't call me no more. He don't call the old man. He's like,
but
how did that work? How'd you and John David hook up?
You were out of town.
Yeah, you mean I wasn't available?
But we did go to game at the Garden before.
No, I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about the movies.
And I'm trying to get on my brother right here. I mean, his coattails. Sometimes things happen because they happen. You know, it's not like that, oh, why did, it just accept the gifts that happen. You have to go in a deep psychological, oh, this happened and this happened, and just accept the gifts. And he's making me more spiritual. Just sitting here, listening to him. Because it's the spirit, and there's just some things you leave up to God or whoever you believe in, and accept the gifts. Accept it. I don't. He's taught me that, and I don't have to go in a long, deep thing about this. We got it. Let's go.
I know what it is to risk everything you have for something that you want. I know what that means, to have nothing and want everything. What is that?
Insurance. That's Jake from State Farm.
I'm a professor of film at university. I'm a professor of film, a tenured professor of film at NYU Graduate Film School where I went, and so I have to, for me. So every semester I show one of the films, and maybe one day he'll grace my class with an appearance. Don't bet.
Done.
Yeah?
Done.
All right. Well, I never asked him before because I was scared to ask him that.
Come on, man.
But every time I see these 5 films, even a recent one I've done with my brother, I see something I did not see before. For me, that shows you the depth of the work. If you see something new and you've seen it numerous times before, that's something to say there. Because you see a movie once, some movies, even mine, you're gonna see everything and see that thing, but not with The Fire with Denzel. It's very few times in our work I've had to come to Denzel and say, what do you think about this? And I'm not just saying this because it's here. I said, and I've been saying this for this tour, he teaches, he's taught me his acting. I'm gonna turn your question around, sir. Denzel's made me a better director because of his acting. What to do and what not to do.
What I've learned once I got behind the camera was how much I didn't know. I was like, oh shoot, because it wasn't my idea. I never thought about directing. I was asked. My producing partner Todd Black felt, he's like, Denzel, you need to be behind the camera. I'm still an amateur, but I steal from the best. I'll put it like that. I try to steal from the best, and I do have a lot of experience. And you put the best actors and actresses up there and get out of the way.